So we have the problem that we want to find g of x given two facts. Our first fact is f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 2. And our second fact is g composed f of x is equal to x minus 1. Now, this question is fundamentally about what functions are and what they do. If you have a function, say you have a function, I'll use a different one, h of x, and let's say h of x is equal to 2x plus 3, what that tells you is if you are given an x, you're given some value, you have rules. H of x is just a set of rules. Those rules are take x, take that value. For example, if that value is 2, if we plugged in 2 for x, first multiply it by 2, then add 3 to it. So if I plugged in 2 to this h of x, I would get 4 plus 3, or 7. So a function is just a set of rules. That's the first thing we need to know. The second thing we need to know is what is g composed f of x? What's that ugly thing? And a nicer way of writing that I think is nicer, is g of f of x equals x minus 1. No parenthesis there. So now we're a little closer to our answer. We have g of f of x is equal to x minus 1. And we know for a fact that f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 2. So we can go even further and write g of the square root of x plus 2 is equal to x minus 1. So now we have this problem. And this problem states, because of what I wrote in red, if you apply some set of rules to the function, the square root of x plus 1, those rules should spit out an x minus 1. And now we need to find those rules. So all we say is, how do I get from x plus 2, the square root of x plus 2, to x minus 1? If I asked you to transform this side, into this side, using math rules, the first thing you might say is we can square it, because squaring it, and I'll do all of my little function rules in red, squaring it would get the square root symbol to go away. And then we're left with x plus 2 going to x minus 1. And I said, how do we get from x plus 2 to x minus 1? What do we have to do? Well, the next thing you might say is subtract 3. If we subtract 3 from it, we get x plus 2 minus 3. Remember, 2 minus 3 is the same as 2 minus 3 with a negative sign. Is the same as 3 minus 2 with a negative sign. So we have x minus 1. And that's it. That's our two steps. So g is a function that first squares something and then takes 3 away. Namely, g of x, g of some variable x, is equal to, if we plugged an x value in, we would first square the x value and then take 3 away. So that's our g of x. G of x is equal to x squared minus 3, because that is the two steps required to turn the square root of x plus 2 into x minus 1. I hope that makes sense.